Hey, everybody. It's your boy, Sean McLaughlin at Options Sean on Twitter X. Today is Thursday, August 14, 2025. August 14th, special day around here, my house. It's 24th wedding anniversary for me and my wife. So cheers to me and her. Hope everybody's doing well. Boy, markets giving a little back here. High beta names getting waxed today. Never fun, for at least for people like me who are riding trends and trying to ride bucking Broncos. But it is what it is. It is what it is. This is the All-Star Options Jam session, everybody. And what we do here is we review new trades we've put on over the last week. We review trades that have exited over the last week or maybe been adjusted. Sometimes we make adjustments to trades or sell half or things like that. We review that. We will update some stops on some existing positions as well. But hey, let's start where we always start. Let's start at the top, the S&P 500. Here's the chart. We are on the nose hair of finishing the day in the green, which would be another closing high for the S&P 500. We still have another hour left in the trading day, so anything's possible. But it looks like another closing high. Man, looking at my portfolio, you wouldn't think it. I got got some positions that gave some back today, which is no fun. But that's where we are in the S&P. The Qs are doing the same thing, or maybe not the same thing, but yeah, they're down. They're down 1% today. Looks like. But look, the bull market is still in rally mode, right? We're still rallying. That's what the big indexes are telling us. Let's bring up a look at the VIX real quick while we're here. VIX making new lows, new post-April lows. And I talked about this on the morning show this morning with JC. And I said, look, just because we're making new lows here in VIX doesn't mean a volatility spike is just around the corner. It doesn't mean it's time to load up on puts and play for a market crash. Sure, it could happen, but that's a low probability bet. Markets volatility can stay low for a lot longer than you think. We've seen it in the past. One time period that comes to mind for me is 2017, 2018. We had a really good, strong, long period of low volatility. Are we getting back there? I don't know. Wouldn't be the worst thing, right? I know we active traders like volatility because we like to trade the ups and downs, but if you're a swing trader like me, if you're a long-term investor, you like low volatility environments. So, hey, maybe we'll stay down here sub 15 in the VIX for a while. That wouldn't be the worst thing in the world. I'd be okay with that. All right, so let's review some recently closed positions. Unfortunately, it's all bad news here. The three exits that we exited, or sorry, the two exits that we got out of were losses. We have a third one to talk about here, but first one is Next Nav, ticker NN. We were long a September 15-20 bull call spread. So we were long the 15 calls and short the 20s. It was looking real good, man. I liked the way this thing started. We had a solid 3 weeks of just about up every day. Then the market changed its tune. It got new information it didn't like. I think this was earnings related, and the stock changed character, and we got stopped out back here. Well, the trigger was August 8th. We had a closing price below 14. 14 was my stop at that point. So we exited near the open of the next trading day. Now it's bounced up higher, and who knows? Maybe this thing will go on and do what we wanted it to do, and we'll keep an eye on it. Maybe we'll get back in, but for now we're out. I stuck to my plan. My plan was if we saw a closing price below 14, I would get out. So no shame in sticking to your plan. I got out for 77 cents. Not a terrible loss considering I only paid $1.45 for that. All right, similar story, Trip.com. We were along a bull call spread with January options. This thing basically stopped working the minute we got into it. We got into this trade, I believe, on July 24th, and it didn't work for us right out of the gate. And generally speaking, if a trade doesn't work for us right out of the gate, it's not going to work. It's never going to work. So we closed this thing at 227. Again, not a bad loss. We paid 325 for it. We got out at 227 when we saw closing price below 60. So we are out of Trip.com, but this is another one I'm going to keep my eye on. This one has China exposure, and my analysts here at All Star Charts are really geeked up about China. So I'm keeping China tight. Keeping an eye on some stocks like BABA, things like that, and this TCOM as stocks I want to be in if we get the move that my analysts are looking for. Okay, the last step here, we're still in this one, but I wanted to talk about it. This is QuantumScape QS. These are August options. They expire tomorrow. So regardless what this thing does, we're going to be getting out of this thing tomorrow. Hey, I mean, unless something crazy happens over the next, 24 hours or less, we're going to get out of this thing with a profit. How much profit will it be is to be determined. Right now, we could sell these calls for about $2. We paid $1 for them, so we've doubled our money. Yes, this thing, we were sitting on some really fat profits just a few weeks ago when this thing was up at 14 and $15 a share. But this is the cost of trying to put yourself in the position to have a big win. You got to be able to withstand the pullbacks. Unfortunately, we had a pullback. It's starting to find support, and maybe it'll have another rally, but these particular options have run out of time. Now, I will be closing the options tomorrow. You may close them. You could do whatever you want. Maybe you consider rolling them out another month and buying yourself more time. Nothing wrong with rolling these out to September options. You can roll them out to the same strike. We're along the $7 calls. You can roll them out to the September 7th, or you could roll them out and up, like roll them to the September, but maybe roll them up to the $8 or $9 strike to take a little profit out. You do you. But these August options will be closed tomorrow. They have to be because they're going to expire. So keep an eye on that. If you're in the ASO chat, I'll alert you guys there when I'm exiting the position. Hey, you know what? We've been talking about this one for weeks now because when we were in this thing back in early summer, this thing was a zero. These calls were worth nothing. So right now it feels like free money. I said this again and I'll say it again. It's free money in my mind, right? Whatever we sell these things for tomorrow, that's free money to me because I had written these things off as dead. All right, so that's it for positions that are closed or about to be closed. Let's update some stops, shall we? We have five stocks we want to update stops on in no particular order here. We'll start with CM, Canadian Imperial Bank of Commerce. We're riding these January 75 calls. We've had a nice ride so far. We're on the cusp of making a new cycle high. That would be a new all-time high, actually. But we're going to raise our stop now to 69. I don't want to see CM come back below 69. That would be a bearish development to me. So any close below 69, I'm out of CM. Next is Galaxy Digital. Boy, we had quite a run in the early stages of this trade, and now it's been consolidating. A very sloppy consolidation, but it's getting tighter, and the volatility is coming in, the volume's coming in. I think this is a really great setup for another leg higher sometime soon. When? I don't know. Could happen tomorrow. It could happen a month from now. I don't know, but I'm liking this consolidation. But I don't want to see Galaxy get back below the bottom of this current consolidation, which is right around 25.50. If we see a closing price below 25.50, that'll make me uncomfortable. I'll look to exit the position. Hopefully I could still exit with some kind of profits in this thing. We have nice profits right now, but hopefully we can still salvage some profits if we see a close below 25.50. But that's the new stop on Galaxy. Next up is Nebius Group. I don't know if I said that right. Ticker NBIS. We're long a September bull call spread, long the September 50s, short the 80s. This position is working for us currently, but we are going to raise our stop. We had a nice gap that went in our favor about early last week. I don't want to see NBIS come back below that stop for a couple of reasons. Number one, I just think that would be a bearish development all by itself, right? But secondly, these are September options. So in a couple of weeks here, we're going to be, about 2.5 weeks, we'll be in September. And once we get into September, then it's time to really tighten up the stops. So I don't want this thing to get back below 63, given that we have only until September expiration on these things. So 63 is the new stop on NBIS. Hopefully this trade continues to work for us. I'm going to sell this thing on the upside if we break 80, I think, at this point. If we break 80, or if I could get, what was it? It's a $30 wide spread. So if I can get $24 for this, for the spread, I will also sell it there too, because $24 would be 80% of the max potential value of the spread. So if I can get $24 for it, great. So $24, or if it breaks 80, whichever happens first, I'll take the profit and run. Next up, Rigetti. Rigetti Computing, ticker RGTI. We had a lot of talk about that today in my analyst meeting for, I don't know if any of you were in that call. Some of our higher end clients at All Star Charts get to participate in those calls. And there was a lot of talk about Rigetti. The guys are pretty geeked up about it. We've already been in it. We've been in it for a while now. It's been a great trade for us. We're long January 10 calls and we shorted the 25 against it just to kind of lower our cost of participation. We already sold half of our position, which was our plan, by the way. I don't often sell half of a spread, but in this case, I did. That was my plan, and we sold half of it for 430. Feeling good about that. We basically can't lose in this trade now. Whatever we sell the second half for is gravy. But the new stop now is 1350. I don't want to see Rigetti get back below 1350. And lastly, but not leastly, Warby Parker. Boy, what a wild ride we've had since its earnings report. As the trade was looking good for us, coming out of earnings, this thing had a huge gap in our favor. It opened at 27, traded as high as 29 and change, and then just spent the rest of the day cratering. To me, that felt like a very bearish development. But given what we've seen this week, hey, maybe these people who bought up here knew something after all because the stock is coming back there. So I'm liking this. I'm liking what it's doing, but I'm going to tighten my stop now to 23. I don't want to see Warby Parker get below 23. If it does, I will exit my position there. All right, so that's it for all the updated stops. The last thing to do is just quickly review new trades. And I say this every episode. I'll say it again. If you are new here, watching me for the first time, these new trades that we put on, every single one of them, I write up a detailed trade plan for every one of these trades. You can find it at allstarcharts.com. Find it in the member section, then the option section's all in there. I talk about what I like about the setup, what strategy I'm going to use, how I'm managing risk, where I may or may not take profits. All of those details can be found at allstarcharts.com. So I'm not going to have all the details for these trades on these charts today, but just know that APLD, Applied Digital, we put on a bullish position here. We bought the dip. I'm feeling pretty good about it. Let's see if this thing can keep rallying higher. Next up, J&J, an old school consumer name, but man, this thing has been really moving over the last few weeks, and maybe we're late to the party, but I don't think so. I think once we cleared 170 or this one like 68 to 170 area, that was a major breakthrough for J&J. In fact, let me zoom out to like a weekly chart here. I mean, this is we're looking at multi-year highs here, going back to 2023. And the new all-time highs are right up here at 185. That's a stone's throw away. We can get there. We can get there in a hurry. And if we break all-time highs, sky's the limit, ladies and gentlemen. The sky is the limit. So we are long J&J and hoping for one of those big moves. And lastly, Arista Networks. Put a bullish bet on this one as well. I'm betting that this high consolidation is going to resolve higher. So I am long Arista Networks. Again, all the details can be found at allstarcharts.com. All right, well, hey, we got through this pretty quickly, guys. Let me just bring up the sheet or the page with all the updated stops. I know some of you guys like to take screenshots of this and share it in the chat room. Thank you for doing that, by the way. Please do that again for those who weren't here live to see this. And lastly, if you need the links, if you're not a subscriber to All Star Options, please do that. All the links are here. Those links are also in the chat. I got a free options newsletter I write most days of the week. It's completely free. Sign up, man. Get great content. And you can always email me through that too, as well. And finally, if you like my charts, trendspider.com, head there and use, or actually there's a link in the chat. Click the link in the chat and use my promo code Sean50. They'll give you 50% off a discounted or 50% off a subscription plan to TrendSpider charts. All right, everybody. That's it. That's all I got. Have a great rest of your week. Boy, if I have a weekend coming up like I had last weekend, then I'm setting up for a great week. I had a wonderful weekend last weekend. High bar though, so I don't know. Anyway, have a great weekend, everybody. I'll see you again next week. I'll see you on Tuesday for what are my options. All right, everybody, take care. Bye-bye.